Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of the Sndpodcast. Steven here with Dan.
Hi, guys. How's it going this week? It was another interesting week of football.
Final week of the season.
Yeah, it's sad to see that going. A lot of the picture for the AFC is all set. A little mix-match.
Seeding, basically.
But for the most part, that is pretty much set in stone. The NFC, on the other hand, it has one division. Well, like I was saying, one division in the NFC East and one wild card spot. So there is 2 teams for the division and 3 teams theoretically for that one spot.
Right. The last scenarios, we'll go through that later.
We finally end the Jets season, thank God. Another fun week.
We're not going to do too much Jets.
No.
We'll do a little bit of Giants as well, but what we want to focus on today is going to be those matchups the Giants need. All the big matchups this week that have playoff implications. We'll also answer some questions. First off, by the way, before we go any further, congratulations, Dan, on your fantasy football championship.
Yay! Victory!
Second place finish in the league.
Yeah, my team shat the bed. Anyway, I got my money back from all the leagues I did for winning that one league.
So, we'll also do that. We'll also we'll do a little Pro Bowl. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Who cares? It's a problem. It's who's popular. I didn't think JPP deserved a Pro Bowl this year.
I don't think he should have been a starter either. There were a bunch of snubs also. But there are big games this week. A lot of games. But first we're going to talk about the Jets.
Alright, well, it's our favorite time of the week when we have to talk about the Jets. They lost 27-17. McElroy got sacked 11 times.
Braylon Edwards said it the best. He would go out for a route, turn around, and McElroy would be on the ground. Yeah.
Curly has more passing yards than Tim Tebow has the whole entire season. All I gotta say is, oi.
I really thought the Jets could have won that.
They had a 14-7 lead. And then
they were excited. They were winning.
Then they
doesn't
gave
happen
up
too much.
17 points in the second and third quarter. And they lost by 10.
And of course, Jet fans, you'll never believe this. Just like Rex Ryan started his press conference today. Sanchez is back on the center.
Yeah.
He said that McElroy went into workout this morning and didn't look right. They tested him and he has a concussion, so he is out.
Well, poor guy, 11 sacks. Of course he's going to get something.
I kind of like the move by Rex because if you play Tebow at this point and he succeeds, then you look like a complete idiot.
Well, they're done with Tebow after this another dramatic week by Ed. I'm so happy that
said, she said. Out of them.
Everybody's gonna be Tebow is gonna be gone, so that's good. Maybe Sanchez comes back.
They play the Bills this way in Buffalo. You all are very lucky. It's at 1 o'clock. You can watch the Giant Eagles. Nobody has to watch that game. Nobody has to watch the Jets. Rex said Sanchez is going to play because it's a couple of days and he knows the system. That was the excuse. But that was it. I really have nothing else to say.
Now, this week, they're just finishing out the season, both of them.
It's not even a spread.
Spiller has been having a great year, finally, for a top pick. It's the Bills, so it's going to be another boring game.
It's going to snow.
Oh. Ew.
So, I don't even think there's a spread in this game.
You must be a degenerate gambler. Like, oh yeah, let's throw some money on the Jets. If you're not in a pool, obviously there's pools.
Oh, Buffalo by 3.
Oh, I'm taking that.
Buffalo at home by 3. Yeah. I'll take Buffalo.
Just end the season, really.
Rex, basically, Sanchez is going to start. They're hoping, because $8 million next year and a huge cap hit, there's no way you're moving him. You're kind of hoping that he comes out and throws for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, and that's great.
Yeah, hopefully.
And then maybe you can move him, but nobody's going to take on $8 million. The only team, I'm going to throw this out here. I want to hear your opinion on this. I was thinking about this. Cowboys lose. Mm-hmm. They find a way to get the money. Is Jerry Jones bringing Sanchez?
Absolutely not.
With Romo being on a contract here, if he shits the bed on Sunday,
not a shot. You kidding?
You wouldn't have him.
No. Next
fight
year,
for a job.
If the I could see this. Next year, Sunday, if the Redskins beat the Cowboys and the Cowboys don't make the playoffs, I can see the Cowboys make a run for Vic.
Make a run for Vic? That'd be interesting.
Because Jerry Jones is ballsy like that.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. Michael Vick and the Cowboys.
I can see that. Jerry Jones is crazy and stupid enough to do it.
Well, he did say earlier in the year if he wasn't the owner, he'd fire himself.
Well, of course he's not going to fire himself. Who fires himself? He's this awful GM.
Well, he's prepping his son, having him clean his glasses.
No, his son.
That was his son-in-law, right?
Yeah. His son is the right-hand man.
Oh, that's right. They're both geniuses.
We wear hats here, boy.
That's really all we can say about the Jets. Keep in mind, next week, we're going to have my buddy Matt come on.
Season review of the Jets.
Can't wait to hear what he has to say.
Woo! Exciting.
I know he's very exciting to review that.
Is he like Joe Beningo light?
He is.
Alright,
Big Jet fan.
Alright. The paid.
He'll also tell us what he wants to see out of the Jets coming into the offseason.
Laundry list.
Everything.
Next week is going to be a very depressing week. All likelihood.
We'll get to that later, with the possibility of that. Also, he'll stick around. We'll talk about the playoff matchups with him as well. We'll keep him around for that. Well, that's the Jets for this week. Now to the team. Now to Jekyll and Hyde.
From this point on, we're about to make our mark right now. You ready to go again? Let's go.
It's game time.
That's what it's all about right here.
Right here. What better time than now? Right now.
It's our house.
This is our house. This is our time. This is our game. It's about one goal.
He's under pressure, side.
It's about leaving it all on the field.
It's a battle of wills.
That's a hell of a job.
Team first, team last, team always.
Let's go.
We're all in. All in.
All in.
Are you all in?
1, 2, 3. Team.
We're all in.
Alright, it's that time of the week. Which Giant team shows up for the week following? Another Jekyll.
Let's go through I'm going to give you the scenario.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Win. Has to win. Lions beat the Bears. Packers beat the Vikings. Redskins beat the Cowboys. Giants are the second line.
Packers are
Packers
Niners.
win, they get a bye.
Packers or Niners?
Packers win, they get a bye. No
That's
matter
awesome.
what.
It's Packers or Niners.
No, because if the Packers lose, the Giants are out.
Touche.
Packers are the 3. They'll probably end up playing the Vikings.
My head's gonna explode.
Last week first, it was pretty simple. Win 2 games, we're in the playoffs.
Yep.
Nice and simple.
Well, they're 2 tough games. Let's be fair. But where everybody's aggravated is the effort. Don't you agree?
There is none. There's no effort at all.
Like, fine. You go to Atlanta and Baltimore, absolutely tough. There's no argument. But you're the defending champions, and that's your piss poor effort back-to-back weeks when you know you're going to have a shot to make the playoffs. They don't deserve it. It's just the way it is. They just play like complete garbage again. We didn't stop Ray Rice. Joe Flacco looked like he was Joe Montana, placing balls that I have not seen Joe Flacco place in his career with the Ravens.
It wasn't just Flacco. How many catches did you say, how did he catch that?
No. Yeah.
How many times did Bolden dive for a ball?
Oh, a lot of dives. It was just perfect placement, only them. And the weekly Corey Webster burnt like toast.
Well, this is how I see it with Corey Webster. We're so worried about...
Pierce actually had outrushed Rice.
Yeah, Pierce had more rushing yards.
But that was garbage time.
The problem with Webster is that we think we can leave him one-on-one and he'll win the matchup. But he can't. We're giving too much help to the young guys. And not helping Webster. So he's going one-on-one on every play.
Yep.
But it's still... You still gotta... If you want to be an elite quarterback, you gotta stop somebody.
Yeah. And another productive game from David Wilson, the 14-yard touchdown run. That was nice. He's growing, so that's one highlight of the game. Defense gets an F. They just played like garbage.
At least we don't have to kick any field goals for him to miss this week.
Yeah. Hickson scored the touchdown when it was garbage time, so that doesn't... whatever. Eli didn't throw any picks, so that was nice.
Cruz and Nix, I think, combined for, 5 catches?
Yeah. Yep.
5 total?
No, 4.
Oh. Sorry.
Once again, Cruz gets shut out because Nix was nowhere to be found. He got 3 targets, no catches.
It's hard to win a game when you put up 186 yards.
It was just one of those games.
And you have 20 minutes of offense.
Just pure dog doo-doo.
Well, on to this week.
They're playing the division rival Eagles.
Who will not lay an egg. They're going to come out this week to play. Andy Reid's in all likelihood, Andy Reid's last game as the Eagles head coach.
Likelihood. Vic starting.
Foles broke his hand, which...
Oh, that I'll get to that. The Eagles should have tied the game last week. I was watching that game on Red Zone against the Redskins. Foles bounce passes the ball to Macklin in the end zone. If he threw it regular, like a fucking man, like a man, he would have had it. Game's tied. Whoa, my God, pandemonium. But
intentional grounding to end
the game. And he probably broke. That's the play. He probably broke his hand down.
There's not a lot of words to describe the Eagle season.
No, they're...
they basically had 2 choices. Better than 8-8 or big changes were coming, and 4-11 going into your final game, and safe to say there's going to be plenty of changes.
Yeah, next year there's going to be a new regime in Philly. About time. They need something fresh.
Chip Kelly or no Chip Kelly?
No.
Out of Oregon.
Don't see it. I don't know who, but I don't feel that.
McCoy was back.
They're honestly, what the NFL likes to do is a player's coach to a hard ass.
So becomes a player's coach later on.
They're gonna try to get someone hardcore and just kick ass for the next couple of years and grow, like a Harbaugh style.
Well, did you hear about the risk of playing Vic this week?
Money.
$3 million risk.
Oh, he has a incentive?
If he gets hurt,
Yeah.
and has to miss early next season or any point in next season, he's guaranteed $3 million in a roster spot
For the Eagles?
for the Eagles.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
In
Well,
other
too
words-
bad that luckily for the Eagles, the Giants hadn't hit anybody the last couple of weeks. So,
It's not even that. This could be Andy Reid telling them, here you go, now you gotta deal with Vic next year.
I'm going to the game next year. Sunday. I obviously think the Giants are going to win because we're a better team. But I have that sickening, like, something stupid's going to happen, and it's just going to piss me off. And I'm going to be fair. Lots has to happen this week for the Giants to even make the playoffs. I just want them to end the season on a high note. I'm going to be pissed as hell if they're 3-game losing streak after coming out as the Super Bowl champs. They got ahead in the season with the win. It's not their ones, but their fault for not
Putting
making
themselves
the
in this scenario.
They should have been in the playoffs a while already. But next year, there'll be another year, or better year. We're not having a first place schedule, which is pretty nice.
And we get the Chiefs.
Yeah, hell to the Chiefs. Anyway, but enough negative talk.
You're going to see a lot of McCoy on Sunday.
Oh, of course.
He only had 13 for 45 yards the other day. 9 for 70 out of the backfield, catching the ball. I'm going to say he gets it 20 plus times and has over 100 yards this week.
Yeah, since our defense can't stop a nosebleed right now.
They're going to be very careful with Vic.
Yeah, I hope we knock him out.
I wouldn't mind having him on their team again next year.
Yeah.
The key is that they're going to give us the ball a lot. It's their turnover team.
Yeah. We just gotta show up. They gotta show up. If they show up and want to play like the team they are,
Show up like the Saints game and the Packers game.
That's what makes
Niners
it so
game.
frustrating. They're able to beat those teams and kick their ass, and then just garbage. They just end the season on a high note. If we make the playoffs, awesome. We're gonna have to go to San Fran
Or Seattle.
or Seattle. Oh, goy.
No, we don't. No Luke Pettigrew.
What?
No Luke Pettigrew.
Oh yeah, 20 false starts.
David Deal.
Anyway, it's 1 week at a time. There's so much.
Win this week and let everything else fall into place.
It is what it is.
Be happy that you make the playoffs.
It's honestly, they don't deserve it, and it's too much is frightening. It could happen, honestly. It could happen, but we'll talk about that in the next segment because we're gonna be on that all.
We're gonna do a full what needs to happen segment. Giants by 7 is the spread.
No, it's no. It's an Eagle game.
It's 17-16 type game.
Yep.
Well, then again, both defenses are pretty bad.
Okay, so 37-30.
37-35. It's definitely not. Take the Eagles. I think it opened at 10. On
Oh,
Monday.
I would have definitely taken the Eagles.
Oh, yeah. On Monday, I think I saw 10. No question about it. Take the Eagles in this game. 45 for the 45 and a half. Over under.
Under. Oh, together.
Not if you're going to go 37-35.
Oh, over then.
These defenses, unless the teams just keep turning it over and they both just play inside the 40s,
That can happen.
that would be miserable.
Yay.
Well, that's the Giants. We're
Come
gonna
on, Giants.
let's step up. Last home game of the year. Let's win the game. Go out and pray.
Yeah, just please, if you're gonna go out, just go out strong.
So we're gonna talk playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Basically, here's the rundown for the AFC. Everything is clinched. The Texans, Broncos, Patriots, Ravens, Colts, Bengals are in.
Yep.
Texans, Broncos, Patriots, Ravens own the divisions. Colts and Bengals are set at 5 and 6. 5 and 6 seeds.
It's the only position is who's getting the other bye.
There's not one bye clinched yet. Houston, it's easy. Win. First round bye, home field throughout. Easy. Denver gets a bye with a win. Win. Houston lost, home field throughout.
That would be very disappointing if the Texans blow that.
Which would mean that it would be Texans, Patriots for the other bye. The Patriots get a bye with a win and a Houston loss or a win and a Denver loss. They get home field throughout with both teams losing. And a win. Broncos will get a bye. No question about it. They got the Chiefs. We're playing. Chiefs lose, they're on the clock for the draft. Simple as that for them. Texans have a tough matchup this week. Texans could end up being the 3 seed and playing the Bengals, hosting the Bengals. Which basically you're leaving Ravens, Colts.
Chuck Strong, baby.
And honestly, I would love to see the Colts beat the Ravens.
Yeah, I would love to see a matchup Broncos Colts.
That would be fun.
That would be awkward.
Would Peyton know who to throw to?
Maybe.
So you're going to see the horseshoe on a helmet and be like, oh, that guy's on my team. You know, throw Reggie Wayne out there on defense. Maybe I'll throw it to him. Put him in at safety. Dallas has the easiest scenario in the NFC.
Their win.
Win and they win the division. Done. You're in. Winning in.
Nope.
Keep in mind 08 in Philly and last year at the Giants, so.
Yep.
Winning in.
Chokes.
Yeah. Tony Romo.
This is Tony's biggest game of his career.
No question about it. Next year's a contract year. I'm going to say, if they don't go after Vic or Sanchez, you're seeing a first-round
I don't
quarterback.
know where you're getting they would go after Sanchez.
It's Jerry Jones.
No.
And
No shot in hell. I'd rather have Tony Romo and his shittiest game before I want Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, but think about the teams they play for. Sanchez has nothing around him.
Please. Not even close.
Unless the Jets are stupid enough to cut him and it costs the Cowboys nothing, then maybe you can see that. So that's easy for the Cowboys. Packers also have it pretty easy. The Falcons clinched everything. First round bye, home field throughout. Packers win, first round bye.
Right.
Done.
But they're playing their guys though this week.
They are playing their guys. They have vowed to, they guaranteed no record breaking for Peterson.
Well, he has, that's all.
208.
That's a whole lot of Russian. So,
in other words, Christian Ponder, it's all on you.
good luck. Alright, so
Which makes it easier for Minnesota. Basically, if Christian Ponder comes out and goes, I can do this, which nobody expects, Minnesota gets a playoff spot.
yeah, that's
Winning it for Minnesota. That game's 4-15. Packers win. It leaves Giants and Chicago alive, depending on what happens at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Vikings
what time's
at
the Bear game? 4?
1 o'clock.
Oh, so we're crowd watching. The way I look at it.
Giants might not put the Bear game on the scoreboard, they said.
Okay, well
They don't want the
we
players
all have our
to
phones.
Right.
And everybody's gonna be like hearing around, so it's alright. That's out of all the games.
The only game you're going to watch there will be the Lions-Bears game. Which, Bears win, Giants are out. No matter what the Giants do. No matter what the Giants do.
Before the Giant games even finish,
Their season could be over. Unless the Lions come out.
And decide to play.
I would love to see
Is that game in Chicago or Detroit?
Detroit. And Chicago's going to be focusing on keeping Calvin under 2,000 yards for the season. Going to be the first receiver to ever do that.
My question is, does Forte play? That helps.
Right now they're saying yes.
Well, of course. It's one of those games he has to play.
He was on. I think he was on the bike today. He's also that questionable.
It's going to be interesting. The Giants can get very lucky.
It's going to be, I think it's Sue versus Webb on that line, though.
Yeah.
So Cutler's face could be in the line.
Lions could kick some ass.
Lions could
And they have bad blood, FYI. The Bears and Lions don't like each other. So the Lions were like, screw it. Our season's done. Let's end theirs kind of scenario.
Which is the same thing for the Eagles going into the Giants.
Of course.
So basically, but then again, if the Giants and Bears both lose, it doesn't necessarily put Minnesota into the playoffs.
Nope.
Because if they win, if Giants and Bears lose, Giants clinch a spot, Minnesota loses, Chicago loses. So by 4 o'clock you can know whether you still have a shot or not for the Giants.
So, because I firmly think the Redskins are going to win. There's a home field advantage.
Tony Romo's record.
Well, that it's just they're just on a hot streak right now, and they're very good. They hit Cousins win.
Basically, Dallas can't make the playoffs unless they win. Vikings are in with a win. Chicago's in with a win and a Viking loss. If the Vikings, Bears, Cowboys lose, but Minnesota, Washington, and the Giants are in.
What if, funny situation, just hypothetically speaking, all 4 teams lose. Head explosion.
Nobody makes the playoffs. Everybody's out. Well, defined all 4 teams lose.
I was being a dick.
Which 4?
Okay, Giants, Cowboys, Vikings and Bears.
If the Vikings and Bears lose, Washington's guaranteed one spot.
Okay.
They're guaranteed in because they have the better record against the Giants.
Fair.
So basically, before that game starts, the Redskins will know if they're in or not.
Yeah. Well,
That game then will determine who gets the 6.
Man, that would suck. Like, that game is supposed to be, like, who's making the playoffs. Like, last year was amazing.
Right. It was one game, winner take all for that one spot. But if you're...
I'm happy I'm going to the game on Sunday. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to sound spoiled. But it's the wrong weekend. I'd be bunkered on my chair watching Red Zone Giant game like it's no tomorrow. But it's gonna be fun Sunday. It's gonna be a lot of edge to the game, especially with everybody having their phones.
Well, if you want to really think of it this way, you might know by halftime if you're done or not. If it's 35-0 Bears at halftime, your season's over. The Vikings also clinch a spot, by the way. If Chicago Giants both lose and the Redskins win the division, Minnesota gets that spot. No matter what they do. The West is interesting. That hasn't been clinched. San Francisco win and they get it. Seattle loses, San Francisco gets the division. Seattle wins, San Francisco lost, Seattle gets the division. Now, Seattle wins, and the Niners lose, and the Packers lose. Vikings make the playoffs, Seattle gets a bye. Because they'll have the same record again as the Packers. But they won the failed Hail Mary play. The replacement and the Raps might screw the Packers again. Yeah. It's going to be a fun weekend. I'm excited for the Cowboy-Redskin game. It's the only game we're really going to see. We might catch the end of the Packer-Viking game. That game's at 4:15. 4:25.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very nerve-wracking. Like, I'm excited because honestly, it's gonna be fun because the Giants don't deserve it, and we could get house money and make the playoffs some crazy cash-in way.
They have to win.
Oh, well, I know that. I'm talking about the other 3 teams. They could lose.
They could lose. The Packers are at Minnesota.
Okay, you want? I could see this happening. So Giants.
Washington wins. Washington loses.
No.
The final seconds. Giants are about to make the playoffs, and Washington loses in the final seconds.
No, how the Giants have been lately. No, not last year. I'm talking about this year. All 3 teams lose that we need to lose, and we still lost, and it won't matter.
Yeah, that's usually what the Giants do.
I could see that. But I'm going in confident. Might as well. I don't have anything riding on the game. So, hopefully the Giants bail out.
Let's see. Chicago by 3.
No, the Lions are gonna...
Lions.
The Lions, granted, they got their ass kicked by the Falcons. I don't know. They just had very crap luck this year. And they really, the Bears and Lions, the last couple of times, Sue has destroyed Cutler, like almost killing him, and gotten fined and had almost full out brawls.
Right.
The last a few times.
That was a game he picked him up and threw him.
Yeah. That was one of them.
The other games, we already did the Giant game, picked the Eagles.
Well, spread-wise.
Red Wise picked the Eagles. Green Bay by 3 in Minnesota.
Oh, Green Bay. Oh, no. Green Bay's finally clicking.
San Francisco's favored by 17.
Versus...
Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
At home versus Cardinals.
That's going to be an ass kicker.
With Hoyer starting for the Cardinals.
Oh, man. Poor guy. Ugh.
Well, this is what you get for always backing up Tom Brady.
Not fair.
Seattle by 11 versus the Rams.
Okay. Ravens are scrappy, but
In Seattle.
Seattle's just been
12th man.
too hot. Yeah.
Washington by 3 at home.
Seattle.
Does Romo get 5,000 yards?
How many is he away?
315.
Yeah. The Redskins secondary is not that special.
He'd be the only guy. I have an interesting stat for you. In case, did you listen to the Eisen podcast?
Half of it.
Russell Wilson's 1 touchdown pass away from tying Peyton Manning's rookie record.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That was an interesting stat.
Yeah. He deserved it. He had a magical year. Honestly, it's probably blasphemy, but he should win the Rookie of the Year above RG3 and Luck.
Oh yeah, he's had a better year. I'm gonna say RG3 is gonna get it done. They're gonna keep on the RG3 bounty. I'm gonna say since they're both gonna make the playoffs, whoever gets further. All 3 are making it.
Yeah. And why wasn't? Because of his size, they overlooked him, and it's so stupid.
Talk about a 3rd round steal.
Good for them.
A little bit more time left. Couple BCS games next week, early in the week. I'd like to review a little. Tuesday, New Year's Day, the Mecca, the Rose Bowl. Stanford, Wisconsin. What do you got?
I hope Wisconsin wins for once.
I'm gonna go Stanford. Michigan fan.
No, I know.
Gotta go against Wisconsin.
I know. I just hope Wisconsin for once. The last 3 years, been there, lost the last 2. They gotta win.
Okay, the other game before we record again. Orange Bowl. Florida State, Northern Illinois. Florida State.
Florida State. Unless some crazy Boise State stuff happens. Like when they played Oklahoma. Which I highly doubt.
Wednesday. All State Sugar Bowl. Florida, Louisville. Gators. Gators chomp.
Oh my god. It's not even gonna be close. They got Rutgers, they make that.
Since we are recording Thursdays, game next Thursday, the Fiesta Bowl. Kent State versus Oregon. Oregon's gonna bury them.
Yeah.
Alright, one more I'm gonna throw you. Michigan and South Carolina.
What's the repeat there?
Michigan and South Carolina.
I'm gonna go with Michigan, but if South Carolina's running back didn't get hurt.
No, that was just freaky. What happened to him?
Yeah, Lattimore is a freak. He's gonna be a good pro.
Well, isn't he going back? He's got another year of eligibility.
Yeah. But he's gonna be a good pro if he's able to get healthy again.
Well, that's the show for this week. Wishing you all a happy and healthy New Year. Safe on Monday night. Crazy people are going to be out
Happy
there driving.
Everybody had a good Christmas.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa right now for all you out there. Like I said, Happy New Year, everybody. And just keep in mind, the Sndpodcast is in no way affiliated with, associated with, produced, or endorsed by the National Football League or any of its affiliates. Let's go Packers, Lions, Redskins.
And of course the
Giants. Oh, and for the Jet fans, I hope you guys finish on a good note. Enjoy the week, guys.
Good night, guys.